start from where we know.
That's it.
And I'd like to start from the hustler himself.
Okay.
The hustler is the first person who was told dynasty buyer. Hustler tawale. The people who say dynasty buyer are hosting the biggest and the richest and the most prominent dynasty in the world, in the country today. And they are inviting the people like Raila Amolo Odinga, who were also called dynasty during the campaigns, to that banquet of dynasties. In addition to it, they are making sure that the taxes of you and me and that hustler in Kiambu and Murang'a and Thika are the ones that are financing a dinner for dynasties at State House without any hustler having been invited to that dynasty dinner at State House.
Castro, did you receive invitation?
It goes to tell you, that when the king looked at us, he said that at independence we were fighting poverty, ignorance, and disease. And what has he done? He said, sick you are, but I'll not give you money for sickness. Diseases you have, I'll not give you money for diseases. He said, you have a lot of other problems, but I'll not give you money for them.
Yes.
But for ignorance, for sure, I will give you money. And that's why he has invested some money and given some, I think, 800 whatever million to Kenya for fighting ignorance. Because ameangalia ameona, out of the problems you are fighting at independence, poverty is okay, you can live with it, you've lived with it. He's looked at sickness, he said, it's okay, you can live with it, you've lived with it. But this ignorance, that 7 million people would queue and vote for Kenya Kwanza administration, that ignorance must be cured. And that's why he has put aside money to help Kenya deal with this ignorance of 7 million people who queued and voted for a government that promised them an end to dynasty and is now holding the biggest dynasty in this country, and to a bouquet at State House at a cost to that hustler, and that hustler is not invited in State House. How stupid can we be?
Yes. Yes.
The white man,
yes,
when he left us a system of education that was the Cambridge School Certificate. It was a good system of education. I mean, we have seen the products of it. And then we've seen the products of CPE, including our deputy president. And now we are looking at the products of KCPE, looking in, and if you want to know the products of 844, I'm one of them. Look at how I'm speaking here. And now there's CBC that will give us even worse products. So this nation...
Did you like the way you're speaking?
This nation has got one problem, and that problem is ignorance. And the king has realized that we are ignorant people, and we forget very quickly, and we are stupid. There was a deputy president who promised, nitaeka mitego State House. Hakuna mahali Raila atapitia, nitaeka mitego. Kwani mitego ilifail? Ama aliuziwa mitego fake ya kutoka some country that doesn't make good traps? I think we need to do a research on which country makes the best traps for Raila, so that we make those traps work in State House. They did not work.
That's it.
And where is the deputy president who was putting mitegos? Because I didn't see him at the state book. I think Momo was not invited. I think Momo was not invited. But I'd like to say this. What you saw at State House,
yes,
is for anybody who did literature and fasihi, shamba la wanyama.
Yes.
If it did not make sense to you then, it should make sense to you now. That which people told us was so bad, dynasty, all these bad people, all these bad things, all the king, all what, are now the people that the person who said are bad is dining with at the expense of the person who was told they are bad, and at a cost to the person who was told they are bad.
Yes. And
the person who was told they are bad is not invited. You know, sometimes hata wangekuwa wanafanya PR, wana invite 2 boda riders, 2 mama mbogas, you know, it would have made sense. But right now, what we are seeing at State House is a slap and an insult to the hustler nation. And if anybody voted for this administration, they need to wake up, they need to smell the breath of fresh air and realize that they were duped, and that ignorance is, yes, the biggest problem. Na hii pesa ikipeano ya masomo, warudi shule, wajifunze kufikiria.
Castro, we have 2 minutes to go on break. I just want to pick your quick opinion on this. Raila Amolo Odinga appearance at State House.